Hello there, greetings from Xerxez IT Training and Projects. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the another concept of Julia programming language called date and time. So as you are familiar with this concept, okay, the date and time, and we'll try to practice how to use the function called date and time using the Julia programming language. As far as Julia is concerned, it provides us three types of the functions to handle the concept of date and time. The first one is called dates.time. Another one is called date.date, okay, to mention the date or to use the date in our programming language or the program. Similarly, okay, it is also possible to mention date as well as the time. We'll try to see by taking one simple examples, okay, how to handle or how to use date concepts in Julia programming language. Right now I'm in my Jupyter notebook. So this Jupyter notebook already I have configured with the Julia programming language, as you can see here. Suppose if you want to work with the dates in Julia programming language, first and foremost, so we need to call this package called dates. So call the package called dates. Next is, after the successful execution of dates, so now it is possible to use all the concept of dates as well as the time in our programming the language. Let's start with the first concept, first type of the date concept called date time. Suppose if you want to mention, okay, so if you want to mention the year, the current year, you can use date time, then you mention the year. Let's say I want to mention the year as 2021. So shift and enter it. So it should give me the current year, the date here. So as you can see here, so it has mentioned it has given me the value as a 1 to 1 2020, where this 2020 is nothing but the year, and this is going to be the month, and this is going to be the day. Okay, so generally we follow year, month and date in Julia programming language. So as per your requirement, you can modify this using the different types of date and time functions in Julia programming language. In the same way, let's imagine that I want to display some other date. Let's say a date time. Okay, so let's say I want to mention 2013. Okay, and the month is 7. So shift and enter it. So it should give me the date. Have a look on this. So year is 2013, month is 7, and it has taken by default the day as 1 here. Okay, and this is nothing but the timing format generally we follow in Julia programming language. In the same way, let's say I want to mention the specific date. Okay, day using Julia programming language. So I can use date time function again. So now next is 2013, let's say 7th month, and 15 is a day here. So shift and enter it. So it has given me the day is 15 here, respective month is 7, and year is 2013. Similarly, suppose imagine that I want to display the current date. Okay, so if you want to display the current date, so I can make use of the function called nav. Okay, shift and enter it. So it should give me the current date as per my requirement, that is nothing but 27th of the January 2021. So in the same way, I can use the another function, let's say today. So it is also possible to display the current date and time of today, okay, using the function called today. So shift and enter it. So it should give me the current date, time as well as the year, that is nothing but 27/1/2021. So the major difference between these two functions are, if you are using now, it will give the time also, respective time as per the Indian standards are concerned. And if you want to display only the month, day as well as the year, you can make use of the function called today. Next is, it is also possible to store the date and time using the variable. So in our next example, what I will do, I'll try to use one variable, let's say birth date equals to okay, and I want to store the birth date be date, let's say date be 2019, and the month is 5 and day is 1 here. So shift and enter it. So it will try to store the date, that is the respective date. Now that this date will be stored in the variable called the birth date here. Next is, let's say I want to display this birth date. Shift and enter it. So it should give me, it has given me the value as a 2019 5, which is nothing but the month here, and day is 1 here. Same way, it is also possible to mention or to store the times also. So if you want to store the time, you can use the same function. Let's say date time. Next is 2000, let's say 2000 comma my 5 is nothing but the month here. Let's say the date is 1, day is 1. In the same way, I can give a respective hour, let's say 10 o'clock. Next 15, let's say 15 be my minutes, and okay, 25 be my seconds. So it will try to store, it will give me the value as 2005 is nothing but the month, and 1 is nothing but the day here, and the respective time is 10 hours 15 minutes and 25 seconds. Next is, there is another method. Okay, suppose you want to display based upon the time zone. Okay, so I can make use of the same function, say nav, and you call UTC for display the time zone here. So shift and enter it. So it should give me the exact day, that is nothing but 1st of January 2012, and this is the respective time which is stored in my computer. Next is, we'll try to discuss about arithmetic operators. Let's try to see how to handle the arithmetic operators using date and time function. So I'll create one variable called dr. Okay, dr equals to date. So I'll try to mention the date being, let's say my date is 2014. Okay, now next is, let's say my month be 1. Next, okay, the day be 29. I want to display the difference, the list of the dates from starting date to the ending date. So what I can do is, so I can make use of the colon here, and you can give the ending date. Let's say my ending date be date 2014, and let's say my month be 2 and the day be 3. Now if you want to have a difference here, let's say I want to have the difference of day here. So if you want to have the difference of day, so we can make use of the method called day, and I'll try to keep the difference of 1. Okay, it should give me the dates, list of the dates with respect to the difference of 1 here. Okay, so let's try to execute this and see what output we are going to get. Okay, using the dr function. So it's executing now, so maybe it will take time. It has executed, and now you can see the difference. It has mentioned like 1 day. Now if you want to check, or if you want to display the list of all the date, okay, with respect to the year, so I can make use of the method called collect dr function. Dr nothing but my variable where I have stored all the dates from starting to ending dates. Let's try to see how many other dates it is going to display using the collect function. And we can see here it has listed out 6 elements. So my starting date is 2009, okay, 29/1/2014, and it has taken the difference of 1 day. You can see here 29, 30, 31, the next February 1, as well as 2, as well as 3 here. In the same way, we can replace it. We can replace this one with a month also. Let's say if I want to replace this one with a month, what I will do, let me try to copy the same statement, and I'll try to replace the day with the month here. So let's say I'll try to use the another variable. Let's say my variable be dt. Okay, dt. Let me try to paste this one, and the difference, let's say I want to have the difference of in terms of month. Okay, in terms of month. So I can give month here, and always remember, since it is a case sensitive, always, okay, the first letter of the month should be in the capital letter. Let's try to execute this. Let's try to execute this. It started executing. Let's see what a result I'm going to get. It got executed, and the difference here is the 1 month here. Suppose if I want to display the list of all the month, I can make use of the collect function. Collects. Now the variable is stored. I've stored all the data in the variable called dt here. Okay, shift and enter it. It should give me the two dates. Have a look on this. Okay, 2001, 2009. Okay, 29, 1 February 2014 here. Hope you are clear. Our next concept is period type. Okay, so let's try to work with the period, and let's see whether it is possible to add the date, add the years, subtract the years, division, okay, multiplication, whether it is possible to have in the concept of date and time here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll try to have one more variable. Let's say my variable be y1. Let's say year 1. Next is I'll try to store some dates. Okay, dates dot year, and let's say I'll try to store the date year b1 here. In the same way, I'll try to have one more here. Let's say y2 and dates. Okay, dates dot year 2. Next, shift and enter it. So it should store the 2 years. Now I have two variables here, y1 and y2. In y1 I have 1 year, and in y2 I have the 2 years. In the same way, let's try to have one more. Let's say y3 equals to, again, dates dot year. Next, I'll try to store the year b10 here. Okay, shift and enter it. So right now I have three variables with y1, y2 as well as y3. Y3 is having I have stored three variables. Now let's try to perform some as basic arithmetic operation. Let's say I want to add y1 and y2. y1 plus y2. So shift and enter it. It should give me, it generally what it does, it try to add 1 year with respect to the 2 year. So 1 plus 2 is nothing but a 3 year. It has stored, okay, the 3 years. In the same way, it is also possible to perform a division operation also. Let's try to have division. So division of, let's try to say y3. I want to divide y3, which is nothing but I have the in y3 I have year 10. In the same way, I'll have y2 here. So shift and enter it. So it should give me the value as 5 here. That is nothing but 10 divided by 2, which is nothing but 5. It has mentioned, it has given the 5 here. In the same way, it is also performed, okay, to perform that, take the percentage also, y3 percentage of let's say y2. Let's see what value it is going to give me. It should give me the value as 0. So it has given me the value as a 0 here. Next is like how we have performed arithmetic operations. Next, period type also we have performed. In the same way, it is also possible to work with the constructor using date and time using in Julia programming language. Let's try to have one simple example, okay, to demonstrate constructor. So I'll try to use df, which is nothing but my variable, and I'll try to save the date format, and my date format be, let's say my date format should be in the format of y, which is nothing but year. Next, I need month. Next, the day here. Okay, so day here. Next is, let me try to execute this. execute, and I'm going to call this constructor, which is nothing but the df in the another variable, let's say dt. So it has stored now, so all the format, whatever the format I have called, now it is available in df. Now I'm going to use this one as a constructor in my another variable, let's say dt, or let's say yeah, db is nothing but my variable here. So let's say date. Okay, so I'm going to display date of let's say the date be 2015, next let's say 01, next 01, which is nothing but my month and day here. Now next I'll call the format now. So the format already I have stored in df. So let's try to see, okay, how it is going to display. It should give me the value in this format. Have a look on this. 2015 01, which is nothing but my month, and 01 is nothing but my date here. In the same way, let's try to have db of 1 also, just to avoid the confusion. Date, next let's say 2021, next let's say 01, which is nothing but my month, and let's say 27. Okay, so 27 is nothing but my day here. Again I'll call the format, let's say df, and shift and enter it. So it has given me the date format as 27 is nothing but my day, this is nothing but my month 01, and 2021 is nothing but my the year here. In our next concept, we will try to see whether it is possible to access data and time using the concept of accessor, a function. Let's try to have again one simple example. Let's say t is nothing but again my variable, and I'm going to store the date be, let's say using the function called date, and my date be 2014, and my month is 1, and my day is 31. Okay, let's try to store this one, and I want to segregate this. I want to divide this one in terms of years. I want to display this one in terms of years, month, as well as the day also. So to do this one, so what we can do is I can make use of again the date function. Date, let's say date year. Next I want to display only the year, and my variable, okay, the complete date format, date is stored in the variable called t. So let's try to run this one. So it should give me the value as 2014. Okay, 2014, it has displayed me the 2014, which is nothing but the year here. The same way, it is also possible to display only the month. So if you want to display the month, again you can make use of the dates function. Date, next call month, and my date value is stored in the variable called t. So it will display only the month value, which is nothing but 1 here. Let's see, it started executing. It has given me, have a look on this, it has given me the month value is 1, which is nothing but the January. In the same way, it is also possible to display the day also. Okay, dates dot day. Okay, and I'll try to store this one in t here. So shift and enter it. So let's see what it is going to give me. It has given me the day is nothing but 31. Always remember, here I have mentioned the function with a small letter called d here, but in the respective other methods I have used m, which is nothing but the capital, and y with the capital for the year and the respective month also. In the same way, it is also possible to display the week also, total number of weeks, using dates dot let's say week. Okay, week of the variable t. Let's see, okay, which week it is going to display me. So it has displayed me the week equal to 5 here. Let's try to change the value. Let us say I want to change this one with 10 here, and let's see how much week it is going to display me. So let's try to execute this. Got executed again. I'll try to execute this dot week function. So let's see which week it is going to display me. It has given me the week value as 44. I hope you are clear with this concept. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.